One of the things we hear all the time is that there's not much to do in Tucson. And while we would argue that there's plenty to do in Tucson, if you're looking to get away for the weekend, stick around. We've got a great list of weekend trips for you. Welcome back, or if you're new to this channel and you want to learn everything from A to Z about living in Tucson, AZ, then click subscribe and tap that bell for notifications so you can be the first to learn about the current market in Tucson, Arizona. Hi, I'm Jennifer Smith, and this is my husband,
Dustin Smith.
And we've helped hundreds of people just like you move to
and from
Tucson, Arizona. So whether you're moving in 12 days, 12 weeks, 12 months, we've got you covered. Give us a call, shoot us a text or an email, and let us help you make that smooth move to Tucson, Arizona. All right, so as we mentioned, we're going to talk about some great weekend trips to take from Tucson, Arizona today. So starting off with number one, Dustin, take us away.
All right, for the top of the list, I decided to go with Porto Pensacon or Rocky Point. So a lot of people in Tucson are like, hey, there's not enough bodies of water nearby. Where can we go to get to the beach? The closest really beach destination that Tucsonans like to go to is going to be Rocky Point, and there's a lot to do there.
Yes.
So I haven't been in quite a while, but I do remember going deep sea fishing with my family, and we went 2 days. On the first day we went, you could not like drop a hook in the water without catching something. I can't even tell you how many fish we caught. It was just endless fish after fish after fish after fish. Second day was not that way, but overall Rocky Point can be everything that you want from a beach destination. You can just go chill on the beach. You can go to resorts. You have water sports there. You have awesome restaurants, and actually like a lot of U of A people go there for like spring break too. So it is a party town as well. And
it's only about 4 hours away, right?
4 hours away.
All right, so talking about beach destinations, another one that is a favorite, especially of mine, is San Diego, which is going to be about just over a 6-hour drive from Tucson, depending on where you're at in Tucson, of course. And I mean, what isn't there to do in San Diego? You have all of your options. Of course, you have all the beaches. You still have some great deep sea fishing, you have museums, you have shopping, you have water sports, the zoo is amazing to check out. And if that's not enough, just the beautiful scenic drive down the Pacific Coast Highway is absolutely worth checking out.
Oh, that was our favorite road trip, going up the PCH,
yes.
Checking out Big Sur. Just, you know, California has so much to do, and it's easy access from here. I know 6 hours seems like a long ways, but you know, properly planned out, you're gonna be able to leave in the morning, show up in San Diego, check into your hotel or resort, and just, you know, explore from there.
Or, you know, use one of those 3-day weekends that we all love.
Definitely. I think a lot of this stuff is better for a 3-day weekend, but if you're just trying to get away for the weekend,
you can make it happen. Yeah.
All right. So the third destination is actually still right here in Arizona. If you want to head up to the north, one of the top destinations to go is going to be Sedona. Now, Sedona is about a 4-hour drive from here.
Yeah.
And very well known for its pink and red mountains. So it looks like different than anything else you're going to see.
Gorgeous.
Anywhere else. Yeah, and there's a lot to do there. It is kind of small town, but it attracts people from all over the place. So you have Oak Creek, so you do have running water in there, which is good for a swim. So during the summer months, good place to go cool off. They have just endless hiking trails available to go there. There's
Slide Rock.
Slide Rock, yeah.
So cool. Like the rocks are so smooth in that area. Like you literally, when the water is running in there, just slide down into the water. You don't want to go when it's starting to get like winter time though, a little chilly.
And that's not even much of a hike too, so it's a big family destination.
Yeah, just great place for just outdoor activities, endless outdoor activities. But if you are on your way there, I also highly recommend stopping in Camp Verde and checking out the Out of Africa Wildlife Park. Our boys absolutely loved it. They haven't done the zip lining over the lion yet.
We did.
We did.
Yeah.
And that was so much fun. Little adrenaline rush there, but they have, you know, they have wolves to check out, lions, tigers, giraffes, zebra. I mean, all the wild animals you can think of, they have most of them there, and it's a lot of fun.
All right, so speaking of getting into northern Arizona, Not too far away from Sedona is going to be the Grand Canyon. So you're about 5 hours from Tucson to get up to the Grand Canyon. And I mean, what else do you need to say? People come from all over the world to get eyes on the Grand Canyon, and the best views are going to be on the South Rim. So easiest access, right here from Southern Arizona, or I mean, from the south of the Grand Canyon anyways. So yeah, endless hiking, whitewater rafting, you got the Colorado River right there. There's some beautiful opportunities to check stuff out off the side of the Grand Canyon too. You have Antelope Canyon. You have Havasu. Oh my gosh!
If
you get a permit,
you have to get a permit.
That's unbeatable. Jennifer and I both had the privilege of doing Havasu pie, and it's basically life changing. It's so amazing.
Once in a lifetime. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. All the waterfalls. Yeah, definitely worth it.
Yeah, and a lot of that, you can just go drive around and experience the views of the Grand Canyon. They have a beautiful road that goes right alongside the South Rim. Just check out all these different vantage points and be a tourist and enjoy yourself.
We actually went during the wintertime, and there was some snow, and we would pull off, and the boys were throwing snow around. It was a lot of fun. I would go almost any time of year. If you go during the summertime, though, much like Tucson, it can be very, very hot. So I like it during those fall or early spring months.
And I guess we're talking about a lot of stuff in northern Arizona right now. So next on the list is actually going to be Flagstaff.
Oh yeah.
And Flagstaff would probably be your home base if you're planning on going to the Grand Canyon. So Flagstaff, if you're going there, in the summer, of course, it's a great place to cool down.
Yes.
Enjoy some mountain terrain, some pine trees, and it's a bigger small town, so you have all your major shopping and food restaurants there. It's also home to NAU, Northern Arizona University, so it's kind of a college town as well. Lots of hiking all around there. And when we talk about Flagstaff, we don't normally just talk about Flagstaff itself. There's other stuff right along the Highway 40 that is basically part of the greater area,
like Williams.
That's where I was going. Absolutely. So Williams, is fun just to go visit. They have a bunch of like old school diners, restaurants. You can go walk around. It's a very very small town, neon lights, just fun to go visit. And if you've got small children in the family, kiddos, grandkids, they have the North Pole
experience, and then they have the Polar Express. Two different things that you can do in the area. The Polar Express was a lot of fun. We took the boys 2 years ago, and you ride on the train, and they do like the hot chocolate and the cookie. It's a lot of fun. But then you also have Arizona too, right? We've gone a few times.
Yeah, drive-through zoo.
Yeah.
I mean, mostly they're talking about, the bears. You go through very, very slow. You can't stop because the bears, are likely to climb over the top of your vehicle, and don't feed the wildlife, right?
You got to keep your windows up.
Or the captive life.
Yep. On the deer farms over that area too, right?
Yeah, I believe that one's over in Park, so right between Flagstaff and Williams. And I mean, it's only like a 30-minute drive from Flagstaff over to Williams, and Park's being right in the middle right there.
Absolutely. All right. Now, speaking of northern Arizona, a lot of people like to head up to Lake Havasu different times a year. Especially when it starts getting a little on the warmer side. You have a beach area, so if you're looking to cool down, just kind of hang out at the beach area. That can be a lot of fun, but a lot of people go there because you can really let loose with the water sports and go a lot faster than on some of the...
It's a big party lake, yeah.
Yeah, some of the littler lakes that we have here that are harder to really get going and do like the tubing, water skiing, all that fun stuff. So we do have our video that covers like day trips from Tucson, and we talk about like Lake Patagonia, Parker Canyon Lake, some of those.
A little over an hour and a half away from Tucson for those smaller lakes, and Patagonia is the only one where you can get like a real gas motor on and do some tubing. But even that lake is so small, you can't do any tubing or skiing on the weekends.
Yeah,
it's just too busy there.
Absolutely. Yeah, so we really just wanted to cover some of the lakes that people go to if you have a little bit more time for the weekend trip. So Lake Havasu is going to be a big one. That one's about 6.5 hours away, depending on where you are in Tucson. But if you're looking for something a little bit closer, some of our favorites favorites are Lake Roosevelt and Apache Lake. Now, those ones are really cool. Like those are about 3.5 hours away, depending on where you are in Tucson. And then depending on what you want to do, like Roosevelt is very pretty, very wide open. Love that. But Apache, I feel like personally, and I think you would agree, is a little bit better for camping.
Oh, and the lakes are connected too, right? So everything's part of the Salt River chain right there. So Roosevelt, you're gonna pass on the way to Apache, and Apache, a lot of people don't like to go to it because it is kind of a narrow dirt road, and if you're not comfortable with that, you're looking down a hillside on that dirt road, you're gonna favor Roosevelt. But both of them are great for water sports, for fishing, swimming, great places to cool down. And last I checked, Roosevelt was actually over capacity, which means everything down the chain has got plenty of water too.
Absolutely. I know when we first started going to Apache, it kind of freaked me out, like towing a boat down those narrow roads the first time. But once you get used to it.
She did it. Her Toyota Tacoma, though. She's a champ, and launched the boat and everything.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun though. I feel like Apache just has, more of the shade and everything. So I really like the campgrounds there just a little bit better.
Yeah, I'm told don't even try to camp at Roosevelt anymore. Like it's just so full right now that like the water is like over. Areas that people would normally camp are actually submerged right now.
Yep. So if you're looking for some better like boating activities besides just like fishing, like the some of the lakes that we have closer to us, I would say definitely head up to Roosevelt or Apache.
Those are going to be your most popular options. Good choices.
All right. Now, while all of these are great destinations, I would have to say out of everything we're talking about today for weekend destinations, my favorite is the White Mountains. So it's going to be like your Show Low, Pine Top area, about 4 to 5 hour drive from here, depending on where you're at in Tucson, right?
Or if the kids delay, it can make it 6.
We've definitely had those 6-hour trips, or if there's construction or anything going on, because a lot of the roads that you're going to take to get there, especially through like the Salt River Canyon, they can just be very slow moving, 1 lane each way. So
flag cars when they're doing construction.
Oh yeah,
there's a fire. Yeah. But yeah, we end up going there probably more than anywhere else. In the summer,
a little bit cooler.
Yeah, in the summer it's quite a bit cooler. Absolutely, getting into those pine trees, and you have so many good restaurants.
Oh my gosh,
in the White Mountains too.
Endless.
Yeah, it's definitely like a second home type town. So they really cater to tourism up there.
Yeah, so if you are headed up that way, definitely let us know. We'll tell you our favorite restaurants to check out in the area, but there's so much to do there. They do have lakes there, but it's going to be more, smaller lakes where, fishing or just kind of like walking past around the lake just to enjoy the scenery. During the winter, a lot of them are actually going to be pretty frozen over. So that's kind of fun to see too. But depending on what time of year you go, there's activities galore. So if you head up about 45 minutes from Pine Top, you're gonna hit Sunrise Ski Resort. And whether you're there during, winter or summer, there's a lot of activities. They do like a lot of like mountain biking trails during the summer months. They just installed the Alpine coaster, right?
Yeah.
It's like so much fun.
Yeah,
we haven't done it yet.
25 miles an hour on the downhill coaster.
Yeah, just checking out the scenery. But if you're there during the winter, of course, they have great ski slopes. They have tubing. Like we usually take the kids there and just kind of do the tubing. We're not so much into the skiing yet.
Not yet.
But yeah, I mean, just endless activities, hiking, just checking out the town. It's so much fun.
What else? We got, one more big weekend thing, depending on what your adrenaline preferences are, the dunes.
Oh, yes.
Yep. When you get past Yuma to California, you have the great big, huge dunes. So a lot of people
sand on sand on sand.
Sand on sand on sand as far as the eye can see. Probably a couple Star Wars movies filmed in there. It's crazy.
So is this wind today.
So a lot of people are going to build dune buggies, high powered dune buggies cruise through there. People are getting dirt bikes side by side. Just overall, all those off-road type vehicles going up there and having a blast. But if you don't really want to, take the 4-hour drive up to the dunes and you want to do something a little bit closer to Tucson, I think we talked about this in our day trip video. It's going to be going down to Bowie.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
sorry.
Same kind of thing. You got dunes over there. It's not necessarily as far as the eye can see, but there's a ton of sand right there. And even though it's a little bit smaller, I think one advantage that it has is actually going to be the hot springs there.
Oh
so,
gosh.
Yeah, hot springs
So
you
cool.
can run naturally. Now they've got a pump hooked up to the solar panel, so during the day they're pumping out just water all day long to the hot springs. People are going up there just to enjoy those hot springs. But if you're up there riding and you want to rinse off before the sun goes down, you can go over into one of the tubs. I believe it's in Arizona State Park too.
You got to be quick about it. Once that water starts draining down, it's gone.
Yeah, don't wait until the sun's kind of cresting the western horizon.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really nice to go there and have that like hot spring water to get cleaned up before bedtime.
Absolutely. All right, so thank you for sticking around with us while we cover some great weekend trips from Tucson, Arizona. If you're looking for something that's maybe just something to check out while you're in the area, things to do, maybe just day trips, we also cover that in a video on our channel, things to do in Tucson, Arizona, that you can definitely do within one day or a couple hours.
Yeah, and perhaps of a good weekend option that we didn't discuss in this video. We'd love to hear from you in the comments, or perhaps you've been to somewhere that we suggested today and you have some suggestions on things to do while you're there. Like, hey, while you're in San Diego or while you're in Rocky Point, make sure to check out this restaurant or this attraction. Whatever it is, we definitely love to hear from you. We love the engagement.
Absolutely. And while this is a real estate channel, we cover everything from A to Z in real estate in Tucson, Arizona. We're also happy to help out with any recommendations if you are just visiting the area. So feel free to reach out, or if you or anyone you know is thinking about moving to or from Tucson, Arizona, feel free to share our channel. Make sure you call us, shoot us a text or an email so we can help you make that smooth move. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and tap that bell for notifications so we can keep you updated on the current market in Tucson, Arizona.
Yeah, thanks for watching and see you on the next video.